hand everything off to Holly. Holly, if you want to introduce yourself, thanks for hanging out with us, by the way. And again, I say why there's more people on the call. She will be hanging out in Slack in the guest lounge. If you have questions afterwards, feel free. But
okay. Well, hi everyone. Thanks for letting me eavesdrop on your on your discussion. So thanks for having me. My name is Holly Fisher. I'm the owner of Fisher Creative Marketing, and I know that many people struggle to write clear, compelling marketing copy, and I take that burden off business owners by crafting copy that cuts through the noise, allowing them to generate more leads and grow their business. So I'm the company owner and also a StoryBrand certified guide, and so love working with organizations to clarify their marketing message and then help them create a really powerful sales funnel. So excited to chat with you guys for a few minutes this evening, and certainly answer any questions that you all have. So I know we're talking a little bit about just kind of holiday marketing, or just sort of gearing up here for these last couple whirlwind months of the year, right? I feel like November and December are always crazy for our businesses, and so we want to make sure though that we're maximizing the opportunity. So I want to give you guys just kind of 3 things that you can sort of think about as we're going into these last couple of months. So the first thing, and this is going to work whether you're talking about marketing at the holiday season or honestly any time of the year really, is to just make sure that you're super clear about what you have to offer people. And so you want to make sure that you're talking about the problem that you're able to solve for your potential clients or customers, right? What is that thing that they're struggling with, and how are you able to help? So even at the holiday season, that might be specific to people who would actually buy your product or service for themselves, right? So maybe you have some business service or something that people need around this time of year. I know personally, I tend to get a lot of people that will reach out around the end of the year wanting some marketing help because they're like, oh my gosh, I got to do something for the year that's coming, right? And so that's something that I sort of think about myself. It's like, okay, how can I sort of tap into people's, this like panic that they have over, oh my gosh, my website or my marketing. And so they want to do something for the new year. Or if you have something that's a little more holiday related and you're really kind of trying to tap that, the shoppers, right? You may be trying to talk about the problem that you're able to solve for them, which is, hey, I have something that is going to make, I have a gift that is going to make your husband, speechless on Christmas morning, right? Here's something really awesome that we have. Or I know that you want to give your mom the best gift, you've ever given her. Well, we have, these products or this catalog of offerings. And so really kind of thinking about what it is that that people are struggling with at this time of year, and also any time of year really, and then how you can really help. I think it's tempting sometimes, especially at the holiday season, to try to figure out, okay, how clever can I be? How cute? How fun, right? And then what happens is that people forget to be clear, right? So you can still be cute and clever, but you have to be clear first. And so once people understand what you do and how you can really help them, then you can be a little more cute and clever. But clarity always wins, right? We want to make sure that people really understand super clear how you can help. And so whether that's helping them shop for someone, right, and buy a really awesome gift, or whether that's help them with their business, help them solve some kind of problem that they have. That's going to be really sort of lesson number 1. Again, whether you're thinking about holiday marketing or marketing year round, honestly. So the second thing is, I know, a lot of people, of course, use social media for their marketing. I don't know. I mean, has anybody ever bought anything from an Instagram ad? I have. Right. So, I mean, they know me so well. They're always giving me stuff that I'm like, yes, that is exactly the kinds of things that I love to buy. So everybody is going to be ramping up their social media this time of year, but you also want to make sure that you haven't forgotten about your email marketing as well. And that's going to be really important to think about at this time. And once again, honestly, at any time of the year, making sure that you're doing that regular email communication and that you're constantly growing your email list. One of the things I shared in my Facebook group a couple of weeks ago was a reminder to people that they shouldn't solely rely on social media, that they constantly need to be building that email list. And we had a perfect example of that a couple of weeks ago when Instagram and Facebook were down for the better part of a day, right? And people were like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And if you are really relying on social media to communicate to your potential customers, or your existing customers, you're really missing out, because we have zero control over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. We have no control over any of those things. And so tomorrow they could disappear, and there go all of our customers, right? All of our clients. So really making sure that you're communicating to people via email, but also collecting those email addresses as well, so that you're capturing that contact information, and then you can continue to market to people. So thinking about the lead generation strategy that you have, what are you doing to grab emails of potential customers, the people that might be interested in your business or your service or product that you have to offer? Do you have some way to capture their emails, and not just sign up for my newsletter sort of thing, right? Because we all get a million newsletters. But really, what are you delivering that is valuable content, something that people really want, and they are willing to hand over their email address to get it? And so thinking about that lead generation or that email generation strategy, so you can really capture those leads. And then also, when you are sending your emails, thinking really putting some thought into how you are reaching people via email. We want to make sure that we're sending sort of sales emails. There are certainly the emails that, are asking people to take some kind of action, whether that's to make a purchase or connect with us in some way. And then also making sure that we're doing those nurturing emails, that we're staying engaged with our current and potential customers and clients, that we're staying top of mind, we're keeping our name in front of them. And so, like, for example, I send an email pretty much every week, just very short, and has a little marketing tip and then maybe one other little item in it. But it allows me to not be super salesy, right? I'm not constantly emailing people saying, hire me, hire me, hire me. But I am instead giving them something valuable, so that when folks are thinking, gosh, I could really use some marketing help, I'm top of mind, right? Because I was landing in their email inbox. And it's the same thing, even at the holiday season. I mean, pretty soon we are all going to be getting like a lot of emails, right? Asking us to buy things. But what's odd is when I suddenly get emails from people I haven't heard from, right? Like, I only heard from them last Christmas, and now I'm hearing from them this Christmas. And it's like, where have you been all year? And so that's what we want to do, is we want to stay in front of people, on a regular basis, so that we are nurturing that relationship, and that when they get an email from you, they recognize your business, they know you have great content, you're sending them really good, valuable stuff. And you can even do that, in the holiday season, asking people to make a purchase, but also giving them great content too. How can you help them this time of year? What information can you share that's going to make their life a little bit easier during what's a pretty busy and sometimes stressful time of the year? So really having that balance of the emails that ask people to buy, and then also the emails that just nurture the relationship and really position you as a trusted resource and an expert in your particular industry. And then the last thing, one of the last things, is to also make sure that your website is really clear, that it's updated, that it has a good call to action. Because if you are promoting things on social media, you're sending people emails, they're going to be coming then back to your website. And so you want to make sure that the messaging matches, right? You don't want to have something in an email and then, people are going to the website and it's a very disjointed message, right? So you want to make sure that message is still really clear, and you want to make sure that the website has a really great call to action. So one of the things that I always remind people is to be sure that your website has one clear call to action. Quite often people either don't put any calls to action on their website, right? They have really nothing on there. Chrissy's agreeing. And the other problem that they often have is multiple calls to action, right? So the website will have a, buy now, schedule an appointment, sign up for our email, learn more, read more about this, go to our blog. And there's like 6 different things that you're asking people to do. And that actually becomes super confusing for people, very overwhelming, because they're not sure. They're not sure what you actually want them to do. So taking a look at your website and going, okay, do I have one clear call to action, right? Is it buy now? Is it, shop our catalog? Is it schedule an appointment, right? Whatever that action is that you want people to take, making sure that you have that really clear, prominent, repeated multiple times on your website so that there's absolutely no confusion for your potential customers or clients to do exactly what you want them to do. So really making sure that you have that clear call to action, that really clear brand message, so that when folks land on your website, if they're coming from social media, if they're coming from an email you sent, the website is just moving them right along that journey to actually making a purchase, right? Which is our ultimate goal, right? For people to buy something. And so I would say, just the last thing, kind of making sure that you're keeping all of this in mind throughout the year, right? And you're keeping your marketing consistent all year long. So again, you're not just sort of like popping in at the holiday season or at the end of the year, or you're not getting yourself in a little bit of a panic going, oh my gosh, I suddenly need to generate some business at the end of the year. So let me freak out and try to figure out how to, send some emails or suddenly become more active on social media. So really thinking about how can I keep this marketing consistent over the course of the year, which I know is always much easier said than done. So it sounds like a really simple thing to do, but it's not always super easy to send those emails and to be consistent on social media. I had to hire a virtual assistant myself just to help me keep up with some of that. So I totally understand, but at least recognizing that I needed to have that consistency. So do I need to outsource a little bit of that? Do I need to get some help? Do I need to have someone saying, hey, you said you were going to send me that content for the newsletter and you haven't sent it yet? So we all sometimes need that nudge. But thinking about, the holiday season, but then what else can I do over the course of the year, especially if you've gotten some new customers at the end of the year, right? You don't want to just get those new customers or those new clients and, not continue to communicate with them. So continuing to nurture those relationships and having that marketing consistency throughout the year, I think is really key. Now I'll pause there and answer any questions, or if anyone else has great thoughts or ideas, I'd love to hear them.
Well, I wanted to just add real quick, since I'm already unmuted, when you talked about informational sites, the reason why my eyes are like so big, so often I do site audits and people do not have call to actions, which is like the weirdest thing ever. It's like, how do you have something and you're saying, I want to make money from it, but there's no button to do anything on the actual site? It just kind of is like, what? So make especially there are two people building their own sites right now, make sure you guys have a clear call to action. Just simply, what's the next step you want someone to take, right? The day of informational websites is well over. Like when I was in high school, not high school, when I was in college and we learned about building sites and stuff for businesses, they were very informational. They were like core values and integrity and all this weird stuff that no one has on their site anymore, except like huge organizations that no one even looks at those pages. You need to just have something very clear, to her point, clear, concise, and actionable.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Learn more is not a good call to action, right? That's way too passive. I think sometimes, maybe this is your experience, Christy, but I'll find that people are like, well, I don't want to be pushy. Right. Yeah. So I don't want to have my buy now button all over my website because I don't want people to think I'm being pushy. And I'm like, if you believe in what you are selling, ask people to buy it. Right. Exactly. Don't be scared to ask them to buy something. People will go where you lead them to go. And so you need to ask them to make that purchase.
Right. And also from a user experience perspective, people will not click a link if they do not have an idea of where they will land. Think about it. When you click a link, you're not like, oh, I wonder where this is taking me. Learn more, you have no idea. It could be anything. Whereas like buy, okay, they're taking me to a sales page where I'm going to check out.
Yes. Yes.
Where they're like, I wonder what's behind this curtain. It just doesn't work that way. To help people, because if you confuse them, you lose them. I love that quote so much. Angela,
yes. I know I was going to say, until you got me together. And also I think because most of my business was referral, I had an informational page until last year. I mean, and even it's funny, Christy, because on my list to talk to you about at the end of the quarter is, and we've sort of tiptoed around it, like some revamping, because I'm feeling like I want more call to actions. I've had a bunch of, I don't know if it was in this call or earlier, I don't remember where. Yeah, it was. You were asking me how my week was. I said there's been a lot of epiphanies this last week, and one of them is I'm not. I'm not selling enough. I'm not asking for the sale enough. I'm not. And it's not even so much that I'm worried about being pushy. I'm someone that just never made that connection.
Yeah.
And it's not even, like I said, not even about the pushy. What I do, both from a consulting standpoint and from a coaching standpoint, I know people need it. And when they're clear about what it is, they have no problem buying it. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm not selling enough. I'm not asking for the sale enough. So, So no, you're right. Whenever I do ask for the sale and I'm very clear about it, I close. So,
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. One of the things that we always talk about in our story brand circles is urging people not to hide the cash register, right? So if you go into Target, right, you don't have to wander around with your cart full of stuff going, I wonder where I pay. How can I give them my money? Right? It's super clear. There's 10, checkout lanes or more at the front. Yeah. Like, exactly where to go. We're not wandering around the department store, the grocery store or whatever going, I'd love to give you money. Where do I go? But for some reason, when we get to our websites, we hide the cash register. We're like, well, I don't know. If people are excited about what you have to offer, if you have, Angela, like you said, a really clear offer and service that people need, and they're ready to give you money, make it easy for them to give you money.
Right. Well, I make it easy, but my problem is, I make it very easy, but my problem is, was that I wasn't clear on, not even so much pay here, buy now. But I wasn't clear on, and Chrissy, you're probably better at the verbiage. of what this would be called, but I wasn't really clear about the offer and even just saying, buy me, I'm for sale, right? So that not even so much, this is where you pay, but I'm for sale. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Is it's a passive way to kind of do sales or marketing online where people just happen to know what you do, and then there's a way of being like, this is who I am and this is what I offer and this is what you can do. You can pay me money for these things. There's a really clear and direct, and people honestly respect it. People don't want to decode your websites, guys. They don't want to be like, oh, like I don't know if anyone in this call was there when Nikita was going through the whole like, what should I name these buttons? And then everybody literally is in the thread like coming up with these beautiful names, and then I'm coming there and just like, why not call it products and coaching?
like only you can do, right? Like only you can do. Come in and just.
It's like we overthink. We try to be so cute and clever, to her point about earlier. We try to be really fun and clever and branded and different, but sometimes we confuse people. When people, I would say, keep the cute and clever in your tone and the you choose to use. But when it comes to names, when it comes to buttons, when it comes to your products and your services, be very direct, because no one knows what. Like, I get the question all the time of like, what's the difference between a workshop and a masterclass and this and that? If you detail what it is and what they can expect, they won't have that question. You get what I'm saying? So just be very clear. And
honestly, I'll even take it a step further. If you're clear, it won't matter what you call it.
Exactly.
That's how my brain works. If you're clear about what it is they're getting when they press that button, you could call it, the Princess Sheba package. I mean, it's not going to matter. They'll buy it.
Exactly. Because if you think about too, like the old way of like product and package design is like silver, gold,
platinum package. Oh God, my father, that drove my dad. Oh my God, so just for background, Holly, I own this consulting, this business consulting practice with my 81. He just had a birthday. 81-year-old father who,
oh my goodness,
if you didn't know any better, you would think he was like 45, but yeah. And so just recently did I get him out of that. Well, just have him do the platinum package, and it's like, but anyway, so yeah.
That sounds like an interesting challenge.
Every day, I swear to God, I feel like I'm either on an episode of Punk'd or an episode of what was that TV show that I used to watch? I'm giving my age away. I feel like I'm in a reality TV show. I'm either on Punk'd or remember that TV show? I don't know. I think you guys are probably, you and Chrissy, you guys are probably too young to remember, but not Wink Martindale. It was, they would surprise people.
Candid Camera.
Candid Camera. Thank you.
I'm also old.
Camera. Yeah, look at them. They're like, Candid Camera. But yeah.
When they would surprise, they'd have like whole scenes happen in front of people and watch their reactions.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that was a thing because it came on out here, at least CBS on Sundays after dinner. We'd finish our dinner and hurry up and get everything ready so we can go sit and watch Candid Camera.
Oh, that's
anyway. Yeah. So that's a book I'm writing. But anyway.
Was there any other questions? While we're waiting for people to unmute, if they do have questions, Holly, do you want to say how we can reach out to you if we have, of course, Slack as well, but is there any way we can connect with you offline?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to my website, which is fisher-creative.com, and I'll stick it in the chat too, so you guys have it. And then I'll also put a link. I have a Facebook group, that free Facebook group where I share some marketing related tips and info. So let me grab that link and I'll stick it in there. Y'all are welcome to join that and get some little nuggets of good stuff. And you can also visit my website. All my contact information is there. I also have a free guide on the website called 3 Things Missing from Your Website That Are Costing You Money. So you're welcome to grab that free tool, grab the free Facebook, or join the free Facebook group and get some good marketing info that way. So
beautiful. We're going to get you in the lounge as well, because we do have some other members that couldn't make it today, and then also just other members in general.
Yeah, we're light tonight.
Yeah, we're very light tonight.
Very light tonight. Yeah. Sorry, Holly, but yeah,
that's good. The important people are here, right?
Honestly, I gotta say, there were a few things you said that were kind of confirmation for me. So really, there was
that's good.
I needed to hear. So
very good. That's very good. Well, I would also say too, like I said, I'm a StoryBrand certified guide. So I don't know if anybody else is familiar with StoryBrand, but the Building a StoryBrand book and the Marketing Made Simple book, I'll drop those in the chat as well, are also just really great resources.
I
those by Donald Miller.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I struggle with copy.
Yeah, Donald Miller's
Danielle
actually is listening to his podcast. I remember her putting it in Boss Books.
Yeah.
One of our members are listening to the podcast.
Yeah, there's a Business Made Simple podcast, and then there's the Marketing Made Simple podcast. And so lots of really great resources there too, if you want to get good marketing tips as well. Those are great. Those are great books. And
yes,
resources.
Marketing funnels. Yes, that's one of my Q1 goals.
Yeah, the Marketing Made Simple book is great. That's what after I kind of help clients with the messaging piece, then we'll work through that sales funnel and kind of get all those pieces built out. And so,
okay, good to
that
know.
book's a good resource.
Yes. All right, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We're gonna get Slack now. I've already tagged people so that they know, and put all your links in here as well.
Yeah, and happy to answer any other questions that pop up, later. So
absolutely, you guys definitely be thinking about what you're going to do for this holiday season, and like you said, in general too. It's really important to kind of be thinking about these things throughout the year, but definitely ramp up at this time because it's much easier and just a way to finish really strong for the year. So, all right, ladies, perfect.